I have got a brand new deck. It arrived this morning. It is directly from the offices of Joanna Hunter. It is the Divine Planning Abundance Profit deck. Now, I've been connected with Joanna for a couple of years now, where I was introduced to her via her $1 million experiment. There we go. It lost. And what I love about Joanna's work is she's very grounded, but she's very connected. And it is all about us living this abundance and living in our truth and really stepping into who we are with this divine guidance. So when I heard she had a new deck, I was like, yes, I'm going to get it. So it arrived today. It came all wrapped up with this lovely postcard, which says, thank you for your purchase of my Divine Planning Abundant Profits Oracle deck. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed using these as much as I enjoyed creating them. On this lovely postcard. And here it comes with some confetti. We always love a bit of confetti. And, oh, what's this? Live Life Unlimited. Dear Divine, change me into the one that can. Gotta love that. And what's this? Oh, I got a sticker. Lovely. Okay, let's go straight into the deck and see what we have. So it comes in a really nice shiny box with some gold holographic leaf, which we've got to love. It says the Oracle will help you connect to the very heart of your sacred business. Look within for your deepest truths as you connect with your higher self and the soul of your spiritual business. Awaken your biggest dreams and soul calling into reality. This is your time, and your time is now. Joanna Hunter is a spiritual thought leader, author, spiritual life and business coach and channel. And you can connect with her there at joannahunter.com. Oh, I love that. It's got the magnetic, the little things that always make me happy. And in, oh, look at that inside. It says, with the upside down triangle, the symbol of receiving and of the feminine. Our time is now to shine our brightest light, speak our deepest truths, and share our message with the world. Love, Joanna. Okay. Oh, it's got a message at the bottom as well. Done is better than perfect. Forward momentum is forward momentum. I'm willing to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I am who the world has been waiting for. It is safe for me to shine my light. So straight away, as I connect and open the deck, I can straight away see it's for somebody just like me who is living or wanting to live a soul-led life and to create a business around that. And I don't think necessarily it has to be a spiritual business, but something that's really driven by the soul. And it really feels to me that this deck is for, will help us to be motivated and to keep on going and to maybe see the blind spots that we sometimes miss with ourselves. And it's like having your spirit team. Oh, look at that hologram. That's beautiful. It's like having a direct dial to your spirit team right here when you are working with your business. So I'm going to guess before I open this that this will be specifically for you asking questions about your moving forward with it, about where to bring your business direction, about what you're missing, about how to receive that abundance that is part of our divine birthright. So if you're just joining us, I am reviewing Joanna Hunter's brand new deck that arrived this morning. It's straight off the press, and I'm really excited. It's come a really nice book. It's not too thick, which means it's going to be nice and easy. It's got the blurb on the back. And okay, so we start, let's have a look. So we've got like 30 odd pages of free work, which has got in it, what do we have? A bit about the deck, a thing on how to activate your deck, which I've done a video on before, so you can pop back on my wall or on my YouTube to see what I do from that. How to use the deck. The deck acts as a bridge between your conscious mind, the part you're aware of, and your subconscious mind, which connects you to the infinite wisdom of the greater part of you, which is source energy. A wishy-washy, oh, here we go. This is Joanna's sassiness. A wishy-washy approach to this deck will most likely yield wishy-washy results. When you are unclear about what you desire, ask for clarity. Be crystal clear. What do I ask direct questions, like what do I need to consider for my next launch? Or where should I focus on my audience growth? What is my intention for this? And it's got some tips on how to use that, which is great if you're not used to using a deck. We've got some business spreads, morning practice, the 3-card business insight spread, a spread when your human and soul feel at odds. We've all had that. An energy checkup and a deep dive. Yin Yang, divine profit, divine planning, abundant profit spread. And yeah, so there's loads of tips and some questions as well that we can think about asking, which I love, because sometimes we can be, as Joanna says, a bit wishy-washy with our answers. So I'm going to have a quick look through. If you are watching this live, I'm happy to pull some cards for you. So if you would like a card, take Joanna's advice and ask me something specific. See what comes up. So I'm loving this hologrammy thing. This is very cool. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So the cards are numbered. Let's show you some of these. So it's really nice and simple, a nice little simple image with some questions on here. So prophecy. Oh, I love this. So each of the cards seems to have a main message and then a heap of questions that we can ask ourselves. Rather than giving you the answer, it's really asking you to dive deep into this, which I love, because I think we can often get so caught up in well, what does this card mean, and go to the books and read it, whereas this is really asking you to create your own knowing and to dive deep into that, which I love. Where could say clean sweep? What could you spring clean from your business? Where could you clear or delete clutter? What needs a clean sweep in your business? Magic wands, fire. So they're just really nice, simple images, which you can use to launch your own intuition, and you can take the questions from there. I really like this, actually, all bit of sacred geometry. So let's have a little look, see at what this deck wants to say to me. Let's feel what it's like to shuffle as well. Actually, do you know one of the first things I've noticed? The back's beautiful as well, with this phoenix, eagle, bird, angelic logo on the back, and then the beautiful sacred geometry in the stars. It's really nice. It's a really nice quality deck in your hand. And what I've noticed as well is they're super slippy slidey, which often when you buy a new deck, they stick together, and this doesn't have this. So I'm going to get some cards pulled. So if you are watching live, remember, ask me a very specific question about your business and we'll get them going. I'm just going to share this in my group in case they want to come in. Very exciting. So let me know. Do you know Joanna? Are you taking part in any of her other work? What do you think of the deck so far? Comment on the main post as well. Okay, so let's see. Oh, they do feel really good. They're really nice size in your hand. I'm loving the hologrammy. Well done, Joanna, for that. That is beautiful. They shuffle really well, even on the first instance. Often when I buy a new deck, I have to go through the cards one by one and kind of separate them, which is great because obviously it gets the energy of you on there. Now, I haven't brought this card. I haven't like activated them yet. I haven't brought them into my energy. But I love that they came directly from Joanna's offices to me. So I feel like there's a nice link. And the unicorn confetti that came in with this, I'm sure would have been protecting my deck from any weird juju. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to get a card for me. So I'm going to ask this deck. How is this best used in my business? How's this deck best used in my business? Now, how I like to work is I give them a good shuffle. I like to spread them out beneath me below and give them, how's this card? This deck best used for my business. Let's see. So I've got the spirit animal card. What wisdom does your, so I love this. We've got okay, this is really weird because earlier I was listening to an audiobook on a walk and I was just listening to something and it was saying about how an eagle isn't born in a serpent's nest, right? And just as I heard say that, this man walked past me and he had eagle written on his shirt. And I was like, love that synchronicity. And then here I am with the spirit animal card, which also has this beautiful bird on the top. So there's certainly a synchronicity there for me. And it's card number 56. And it says, what wisdom does your spirit animal have for you? What are you not fully owning in your life and your business? And what would you like your spirit animal to help with? Now, remember, the question that I asked this deck was, how am I using this deck for my business? And what this is really saying to me is it is telling me that this deck will hold a wisdom for me. It will help me see my blind spots and where I'm not fully seeing that. I mean, it's asking me literally those questions. And that and what do I actually want help with? Also, when I think of spirit animal, they really help dive into your instinctual side. And you know, my relationship with animals is they do tend to be this bridge between us as humans and the earth. So like, what's really my purpose here? How can I make a greater impression on this earth rather than just my connection upwards, which I think is an important thing. So should we see what the book says on this? Because I'm quite interested in, as a live unboxing, I'm quite interested in what extra insight we get from this. So the light web, it says, animal medicine, animal wisdom, gifts from spirit and bold insights. And the shadow is fear-based thinking, trapped animal instincts. It's time for some animal medicine. Our spirit animals have great wisdom to give us. This card asks us to pay particular attention to our furry, feathered, or scaled friends in the animal kingdom. Our spirit animals send messages to us in many forms, from dream times to animals entering our physical world. Pay close attention. So I just had that experience earlier, right? So it's telling me to pay close attention to the eagle. It's also interesting because I am running the Moonlight Key in a few weeks' time. And so I've really been consciously bringing that connection in more consciously over the last few weeks, just as I'm going to be delivering this information and the energetic transmission. So I've been connecting more into the animal archetypes recently. So I love that little synchronicity for me. Journaling questions. What wisdom does your spirit animal have for you? What are you not fully owning in your life and business? And what would you like your spirit animal to help you with? And the affirmation is, I hear the guidance of my spirit animal easily. How beautiful is that? So that's how it's laid out, all in a page, nice and easy. And I tell you what I think is super insightful is that quite often when we're working with cards, we are looking outside of ourselves for answers. And I understand, right, that we, we can get lost in our heads and that using a card can really kind of help pull ourselves out and get the answer from somewhere else. But for me, for me, it is really, a card is this platform and this leap into our connection with spirit. And my relationship with spirit has taught me this, is that spirit aren't here to tell you what to do. Spirit are here to guide you, and your guidance team are literally here to guide you, not to lead you in a different way. And what I love about this deck is that it seems to be promoting that, like, we'll help you, we'll provide you with a different insight, or with a lead, or with a prompt that will help you delve deeper, because the answer is always inside us, and we don't want to get caught in that trap of always looking outside of us for answers, because we are the ones that know us best. So I'm going to do a general card for everybody that's watching this in the now or in the future. So let's ask this question. If you've got a question, pop it in. Let's ask this question. What is my best next step for creating abundance in my life? That's a nice one, isn't it? What's my next best step for creating abundance in my life? Now, okay. I've got all confetti on my desk now. Let's have a look. My next best step, creating abundance. Okay. We have the helping hand. For me, okay, so how I work with the cards is I just look at what first jumps out at me, and obviously the first thing I saw was the words here, helping hands, and then I can see these two hands that seem to be coming together. And for me, this is about collaboration. This is about how can we use who we are, like who we truly are, to make a difference in the world. Who can we, or what can we give assistance to, not by draining us, and not by, you know, giving everything that we have, but by bringing our magic, and look at the stars, right? Bringing our magic, bringing our strength, bringing our power, bringing our wisdom into a situation that can not do something for somebody else, but assist somebody from someone else. And it says, are you asking to have your needs met? Okay, so this is asking you, whilst we are helping others, are you allowing yourself to be helped too? Right? We can only give what we've got. If we don't have water, how can we give water? If we don't have an apple, how can we give an apple? If we don't have love, right? So are you asking for your needs to be met? And if so, are you open to receiving that? Are you fully using the resources that you already have? And are you open or close to being helped? So it's interesting for me that the first thing that I saw was, how can you bring what you are to your to the people around you? And then this is bringing it back to you. And it's true. Like, I think a lot of us, especially as healers, as readers, as you know, spiritual seekers, we can often be the ones that are wanting to give. And this is reminding you that in order to give, you need to receive. But for me, this seems to be a message for you all to ask, not, you know, when we are creating abundance, we're creating a business, we're creating an offer, we're creating what it is that we're going to give out into the world, we can often feel a little bit, because it feels like we're selling, or it feels like we're, you know, manipulating to get somebody to buy something. But actually, I remember what I asked, how do we bring more abundance? Like, what's my next step to bring more abundance to me? And it's, my interpretation is, it's asking you, where can you be of assistance? Where can you be of service? And this is a reminder as well, how can you be giving, receiving service and help? Should we see what it says? It's card number 27. And it says the following. ask, help, hire a team, be supported, and humility. The shadow, unsuitable support, need of help, pride, and old family patterns. Maybe the time has come for hiring a team or up-leveling your support. Maybe. But before these things can happen, we have to allow ourselves to be supported in our life journey and business. Challenge yourself to ask for help. Know you'll be okay no matter what. The universe is watching. Your ability to swallow your pride and ask to have your needs met is enough for the universe to see you are ready to be divinely supported. Are you asking to have your needs met? Are you fully using resources you already have? Are you open or closed to being helped? It is safe for me to be supported and allow support in. You know, it's another important point that when we are creating our offerings, we feel like as business owners that we need to do everything, right? Like we need to be our marketing, and we need to be our tech support, and we need to be our accountant, and we need to be our admin, and we need to be our content writers, and we need to be our like presenters, and we need to be our timekeepers and our managing directors and our cooks and cleaners and all of the rest of it. And what I've learned through running my business is that it is okay to say no. It's like more than okay to have your own boundaries, and it's more than okay to ask for help where it's not. And actually, for me, even paying for help and support, which I do through my my VA and my tech support, and somebody who assists me with cross-referencing my content, and my business mentor, as well as spiritually and emotionally through my spiritual mentors as well. And now through my psychotherapy, where I receive, because I'm training in psychotherapy, and so I receive it as well. And it really does make a difference to be able to allow support. So if you're just joining us, I am reviewing this brand new deck. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I am gonna ask a question from the book. If you have a question, pop it in the chat. And I will see, because didn't I see that there were some questions here? Best practice for asking questions. Practical business, Oracle card questions. Oh, it's got a question a bit like I asked. What area should I focus on to increase my abundance? What energy in me needs clearing for more abundance to show up? Oh, I like that. Let's try that. So this is for all of us. What energy needs clearing for more abundance to show up? I'm loving the hologram. Amazing. Well done. Gotta love that, Joanna. If anyone's watching, maybe you want to tag Joanna so she can see that you are here. Okay. Let's see. What energy needs clearing for us to create more abundance? Now, it's interesting, is it not, that we have another hand on this deck, and this card is called Bring the Fire. So what does it mean to you to bring the fire? What fires you up, and how could you do more of it? How could you reignite the fire in places it has diminished? So that is what this card represents. And look at that fire and that flame that's coming from her hand. Everybody who's worked with me, and I can see a couple of you are here on the live, you know the significance to me about the holy fire, which is the form of Reiki that I practice and that I teach. And so for me, if I'm thinking of the question that we asked, which is, what do I need to transform, or what's blocking me in receiving more abundance? This is about, I tell you what this feels, compared to the last question that we had, which was this helping hand and this giving. Remember, that was the first piece of advice. How do I create more abundance? And it was suggesting that we can allow help in, and we can get support and all of this. What needs clearing, it's like the mundane, right? The stuff, you know, when we go into like analysis paralysis and we're like, oh my goodness me, I have to do this and I have to do that, and my content needs to be this, and I need to do 5 TikToks today and 3 Facebook reels and 24 posts, and I need to post in 6 different groups, and then I need to do my accounting, and then I need to actually take my 5 client sessions, and then I need to blah 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 blah, and then I still need to clean the house and put food, and then actually do my meditation practice, right? This is like, where in your life have you got that point which is just like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore? And like, how often do you say that to yourself? How often do you say to yourself, oh, that is what needs clearing. That is what needs releasing from you. And that doesn't mean that you never have to do any of the mundane tasks, but how do you do those tasks? Are they a means to an end? Are they like, oh, I'm going to do them, but I'm going to hate doing them? Or are you going to be like, well, you know what? I do need to cook my food, but it means that I can eat healthy, nutritious food that is full of love. And that's going to sustain me so that I can do my client meeting, which I'm going to love later. Maybe there's an offering that you've put out there that isn't aligned to you anymore, but you feel like you need to keep on offering it because people want it. Where can you find more love for it? Or where can you amend it or change it or you know, it so that it is something that you can love and enjoy again? And this also, this last card of the helping hand and this coming together, this is like, where can you bring your ignition, your light, your fire, your passion, your flame into how you're helping others? Card number 8, which also for me is the number of abundance. Should we see what it says? You know, it's funny when we get a new deck, or when you're learning about reading cards, and I definitely used to be in this camp. I was like, you don't need the guidebook. It's all about your intuition. And I've since matured in that. And it's like, you know what? Somebody, the creator or creatrix of this deck, has put so much into the book and into the meaning that why wouldn't we want to know what that is? But how I like to work is I will interpret what I think to be truths before I can get into my head about what other people say. And then I'll come in and I'll be like, okay, what else? What else? So bring the fire. Light web, fired up, excitement, hype, inspiration, buzz, shadow web, uninspired, burning bridges, douse flames, and lackluster energy. So remember, when we ask a question, that directs the reading. So the question that we ask then is, where am I in, like, what needs clearing? And so we can look at the shadow side of what it represents. So order that wind machine because you are ready to go epic in your business and brand. Love that. Call your best lady posse because it's time to bring the hype and the fire. If you've been feeling uninspired, it's time to reignite the flames of your passion for life and business by doing the work that fires you up the most. What does it mean to bring the fire? What fires you up, and how could you do more of it? How could you reignite the fire in places it has diminished? There is always such positive buzz around my business. So if you are just joining, I am unboxing, or I have unboxed, brand new deck, which is straight off the printer. I had it on pre-sale with Joanna Hunter. This is Divine Planning Abundant Profits Oracle. If you're interested in the unboxing and my initial reactions, go back and watch this video from the beginning after I have finished. I don't know how long I have been live, and I was going to keep this pretty quick. I am going to ask one more question here. I'm going to ask one more question. You have one? Put in the chat. These do feel so nice. These do feel so nice. And I've got to admit, I am loving the unicorn confetti that is scattered on my desk now, which I in no way gonna move. And I'm very much considering popping this sticker on my MacBook. Gorge. Okay. So remember, if you're just joining me, when we are asking questions specifically for this deck, be very forward, clear about what it is that we're asking. So first question, what do I need to focus on? What do I need to focus on? What do I need to focus on? Right, you have got the card of creativity, this cauldron full of beautiful smoky vibes. And what the first thing that's coming to my mind is, I think that is what you're putting in your cauldron, because sometimes like whatever comes out is a result of a mix of what's putting in. So think about what it is that you are placing into this pot of creativity. Sometimes some really, so I'm feeling for you, right? Sometimes some really like bizarre ingredients that don't feel like that they're necessarily linked, or that they would go well together. You know, like who would have thought that like peanut butter and jam would be so good? They're like that thing, right? Anyway, I digress. What are you putting in the pot? And are you putting anything in the pot? And what intentions, when we are creating a spell or a mix, what intentions go like, I'm thinking about a witch, right, who's putting all of her stuff in her cauldron, and she's like, I have newt and whatever it is that she puts in. Sorry, it's not just the I have newt got me. It's not just the ingredients, it's also the intention. They're like, you know, bibbidi bobbidi boo, right, that we put in there as well. So really think about what it is that you're intending to create, and have fun with it. Like make 25 different potions and feel which one feels great. I'll read you the question. So it says, how are you expressing creative energy just now? Is your creativity being fulfilled? And what new creative horizons could you explore in your business? I tell you what I'm feeling, like if you really got creative and free with this, that you might end up making something that is like completely unexpected. And then you're like, I have got a new idea for a business line that you would never have found if you wouldn't have like thrown caution to the wind and put the random stuff together. Bring the intentions, give it a stir, give it a ping, and let's see what comes out. Okay. I've got another question here. What's my next step? So let's find out. What's my next step? I think this is going to be a really nice deck to work with. It's simple, it's easy, there's not too much going on, but there's a lot that can come from it. And those journaling questions, for if I'm pulling a card from you, if any of these messages resonate with you, you go in and in your journal, ask yourself those questions and write them out and notice what comes up from them, from this like deeper inquiry. It's not just about the card, it's not just about what we're saying, as with any deck, but I love that this deck is really making a point of it. It's how we then bring that into our inner world, how we make sense of it, and then what actions we actually take as a result from it, because I could tell you anything. So what's my next step? Okay, here we go. So we've got this card of time, and what's it called? The sand timer here at the top. And I'll tell you the questions. It says, where do you fear time in your business? Where have you placed time pressures on yourself? Or are you aligned to evolution over a lifetime? I come back to what I said earlier about this analysis paralysis. And sometimes we really we think there's so much to do that we end up doing nothing. And so I'm going to say to you, first of all, to prioritize what it is that you want, but not just that. Prioritize like where it is that you want to be going, because there's some things that we need to do. There's some things like we have to do every single day. There's some things that we kind of want to do, and then there's some things that we just do completely unconsciously, and then 2 hours later we're still doing it, when that time could have been better spent. So really get clear on where it is that you want to go. You know, with time, it passes anyway. So if there's something coming up and you're like, no, that's going to take too long. It's going to take me 10 years to figure this out. Or, you know, I want to learn a new deck and it's going to take me, I've shared with you before a way of learning a new tarot deck with the 78 cards, pull a card a day. Within 3 months, you've probably pulled all of the cards and then you can learn, right, what each one means. And if you're thinking, oh my God, 3 months, I just want to learn it tomorrow, that's too long. Those 3 months are going to pass anyway. So what if you actually did that and then in 3 months you'd be 3 months further along that learning journey? Might as well do it. You might as well do it anyway. So I'm feeling for you, if you are getting this overwhelm that comes with not having enough time, set aside some time every day to work specifically towards your goals. And then these journaling questions. Where do you fear time? Where have you placed time pressures on yourself? And are you aligned to evolution over a lifetime? That's the big one for you, I think. Are you aligned to evolution over a lifetime? So I hope that helps. Okay, I said one more and that's 3 more. What can I do to make things easier in my workplace? Well, don't we all want a bit of that? What can I do to make things easier in my workplace? There is a lot of chaos and change at the moment. Let's have a little look-see. What can I do to make things easier in my workplace? So if you're just joining, we are reviewing and putting cards on the Divine Planning Abundance Profits deck by Joanna Hunter, brand new deck, and so far loving it. So what can I do to make things easier? You got the magic pen, you got the magic quill, the feathered pen, and it says journal it out. Okay, so in specific answer to the question, what can I do to make things easier in my workplace? There's a lot of chaos and change at the moment. Rather than you holding all of that in your brain, where it's just going to stay stuck and go round and round and round in a never ending circle that's just going to drive you nuts. Get it all down, like the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, and all the bits in between. Just get it all down, get it all out. And as you do that, things will start to come clearer. And I want to say this as well. You see, this is the feather, right? That as you are getting it all out, you're not getting it all out to solve the problem, but you're getting it all out to bring more clarity. So as you write it out, hold that intention of thank you, divine, or thank you, angels, for laying your hands upon this. Thank you for helping me see this more clearly, so that I can create the peace and the harmony that I need. Okay, so you're not journaling it out you're not writing it all out to necessarily solve it. You're writing it all out to get it all out of your brain. And you're asking for a higher power, a higher wisdom to come in and help you resolve the problem. On top of that, you can do this as a separate thing or all together, bundle it all together. No one needs to see it. How do you feel about all of this? What is all the stuff? Again, like I said to the last question, like, where is this whole, oh my God, this, I can't be bothered with this anymore? Can you bring in somebody to help and assist with that? Are there parts that you really resent? Are there parts that you really enjoy? Like, and maybe you can create some little color code or some little symbols around it to be like, yeah, more of this, please. Yeah, less of this, please. Yeah, none of this, please. Yes, an abundance of this, please. So that you can just start to kind of get a real clear picture in your mind of what it is that you want to create in your business life. So it's card number 45, which is a 9, comes up to a 9, which for me is a pretty good omen because it's that number of completion. The journaling questions, should you wish? And if it's a journal it out one, maybe you should wish. Can you create a regular journaling practice to hear and witness your thoughts? What do you need to get off your chest? And what needs a voice inside you today? So they are the answers to the questions. So I have just reviewed this brand new deck, Divine Planning, Abundant Profit. It is now available. They've just come out. I'm really loving the feel of it. This deck 100% will come out in my business planning sessions, in my coaching sessions, in Soul Space, my membership community, when people ask particularly about their business stuff and their abundance stuff. And actually in Soul Space, we've been doing a lot of work on abundance over these last few weeks. So I think that this will come in really handy for me. So thank you, Joanna, for that. I think it will also, if you ever do like little co-working sessions or just working sessions for yourself, admin days, it will let you bring that element of divine light into what can sometimes be the mundane stuff. It's really nice. I think it's going to fit in really well. It's the same sort of size as my other card decks. I know that's a bit of a random thing to say, but mine are all lined up, and that's quite important. Who's the publisher? Oh, it's MIP Publisher. If you're interested, and you can order it directly from Joanna at joannahunter.com. And I just want to say a massive thank you to Joanna for getting this deck out and for making it, like, all those little touches that you've put in, which are absolutely beautiful. So I'm looking forward to working with this. If you want to grab your own, go on to Joanna's website. There's her name there, and then it's .com. Thank you for watching. I look forward to using them in my sessions personally and for others and beyond. Have a wonderful day, and may you be super abundant. Bye.